Hello. We're going to be talking about an internship opportunity that we have here between Tulsa Police Department and our Criminal Justice Department here at NMSU Global. And without further ado, we'll go ahead and introduce everyone. I'm Shelby Sears. I'm the Lead Career Services Coordinator here at NMSU Global, and I'll hand it off to my colleague Maria.
Hi everyone, I'm so excited to be here today so we can speak about amazing opportunity for internship for your career. I'm Maria Dimitrijevic and I'm a professor in the Criminal Justice Department and also a program coordinator. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you.
And my name is Officer David Medrano. I'm a full-time recruiter here at the Tulsa Police Department, and I'm thankful for everybody's time.
Great. Thank you guys. And like we were saying, and like, the others have highlighted, we're going to be going over this partnership with Tulsa Police Academy and the Criminal Justice Department here at NMSU. And the great opportunity, other than, receiving on-the-job experience and training, there are a lot of other benefits too that we'll be going over as well in the next few slides. So real quick before we get into the other benefits and what you can expect with the academy and doing your internship there, we have a quick overview of the degree program for those seeking a bachelor's in criminal justice. So this is what a typical first and second semester would look like. We like to make a note too that a lot of our students are transfer students and non-traditional students. So you may have a lot of credits from a previous institution or college that would transfer over here. And so your credit load might look a little bit different. But this is a typical non-traditional student who probably, first time entering college, right, with no credits from a previous institution, who is also probably attending classes full time. So just make a note to, or take into consideration with your academic advisor, the course load that you're able to take on each semester. Typically, full-time students take around 16, 15 credits. Some students who are part-time take around like 6 or 7. So just make that note. And moving on to the third and fourth year, the 2 years, focus more on the criminal justice aspects, what you can expect too with classes like crime, justice, and society. I want to say also there's one on sex trafficking and things like that. So we also want to make a note that, you have electives here, but where the academy kicks in is your last 15 credits here at NMSU. You can finish with the Tulsa Police Academy from testing and everything like that if you qualify to attend the academy. So we'll go ahead and let Officer Medrano talk about the academy with us.
Yeah, thank you, Shelby. So the Tulsa Police Academy is considered one of the highest paid academies for the cost of living area that we have. And also it's considered a professional academy. So we're talking about, you're a student. The first step would be to apply whenever you are a sophomore or a junior. Then you go through our process, you go through the testing process. We get you on board with testing, which we'll talk about here shortly, and then you begin the academy. So the academy is a 6-month basically training. It's in-house, so we have our own academy. The important there is that it's a paid academy, and it's not a dormitory style academy, meaning that you go Monday to Friday, maybe from 6 in the morning all the way through 3 p.m. And then at the end, you're able to go back home, which is great. We focus or we stress the importance of mental health for our officers early on, even as an apprentice police officer. So those habits just build on themselves because let's face it, with all the training and everything that you're going through, you're going to need that mental break. So you have Saturday and Sunday, and then you have the evenings to prepare. So in the academy, you're going to be taught anything from shooting, jujitsu, to legal block. So I mentioned the professional academy aspect of things, and that's because we focus mainly on training. And what I mean by that is a lot of agencies, what they end up doing is they hire a ton of different individuals, and the goal for them is to almost put them through this series of obstacles and almost tests and see who's able to quit the fastest, and those that don't quit end up, being the ones that are sustainable, the ones that actually make it through, and then they start the training right there and then. For us, the process is a little different. We believe that we're going to treat you like an adult, because at that point, you're in college basically. You're an adult, and we're going to just focus on the training aspect of things. So one of the things that I forgot to mention is there's only about 2 different agencies in the nation that require a bachelor's degree, even just to come into the academy. So because we have that high standard, we also have, a high academic standards within the academy. So what you're going to experience is, you're going to work out in the morning, you're going to go straight to legal block or some sort of whatever training you have going on, but it's going to be like a college basically, and that's where that those 15 credit hours actually play into effect. You're getting paid, but you're almost like going to college. The cool thing about this is once you graduate the academy, you graduate with your degree and your badge, and we'll talk more about it here in the next slide. So talking about testing dates, and this is the important part for all of you guys, especially if you're out of state. You're in Texas, you're in New Mexico, you're somewhere else, you're obviously in global campus. We want to accommodate for you. So here are the testing dates starting in May. You'll see that there's a regular second Tuesday of that month, and then following you'll have that Saturday testing. For out-of-staters, we recommend you guys coming the second Tuesday of each month. So for example, May 13th, that's going to be the second Tuesday of May. What we do is we basically test you back to back. So we recommend you getting here on the 12th. We test you on the 13th, the 14th, and then by the 15th, you're gone. You're able to go back home, but you've completed the rent test. You completed your PAT, which is your physical agility test. You completed your polygraph and also your structural orbital assessment. So by the end of that week, you'll know exactly where you stand with Tulsa Police. If you have to get any feedback or if you have to redo some kind of testing, we also offer that right there and then, but it also alleviates you having to spend, to come to Tulsa and do it. For those that are in financial need, we also offer hotels. So like I said, the Tulsa Police Department, we require a bachelor's degree, and that goes with the trust that the community has for us. So they want to continue having highly educated individuals coming into our police force. So we have a lot of community partners like Quick Trip, for example, that have accommodated for you guys to get hotels. So if you're in need and you want to stay up here, they pay for the whole week as well. Another good aspect about the training or about the testing, I would say, is that within that week, we also show you the city so you can see where you're going to live, if this is a good fit for you or not. We put you in a ride along, which is very important for me. That's what sealed the deal. You're able to see, just from the front lines, how we operate, how we respond to calls, the level of professionalism and excellence, and that just kind of seals the deal for everybody. So not only are you testing, but you're also seeing the whole city. We could change it there.
Right. And we have a lot of benefits, attending the academy. And even if, there is the option to be employed, right, with the academy upon graduation and successful completion. So that's a big bonus there. Um, of course, as David said, Officer Madrano said, you do get paid while attending the academy. It's pretty great annual salary too, with, obviously a full benefits package as well. And, additionally to that, you receive a lot of on-the-job experience and training, those ride-alongs, learning about the different laws, especially within Tulsa, the city of Tulsa, learning about their laws and everything like that. And then training, using the ranges and things like that. Um, Stepping into criminal justice to real careers, having this as a nice stepping stone for other opportunities too, should they arise. You can unmute yourself, David. I think that we've had some successful folks go on to be part of the FBI and things like that. Is that correct?
That is correct. In fact, the special agent in charge of the Tulsa area used to be TPD. And then we have individuals going to the U.S. Marshal Service, for example, Secret Service. They're constantly just hiring from our academy, even, while they're going through the background investigation part of things. And it's because, the quality of training, but then also because the feds, the three-letter agencies, they recognize that we have a bachelor's degree requirement, so they end up doing it. But to talk more about that stepping stone, it's not just criminal justice. Like you're talking about law school, for example, and other places like that as well.
Right. And just to add to, even if, let's say, Tulsa Police Department is not where you foresaw yourself being, you got the experience from the academy and you've been there a while, but you're called to maybe go back to New Mexico or go somewhere else too. It's still a great resume addition. And just like David was saying, that bachelor's degree requirement is a very strong representative and representation too. And TPD has a great just reputation when it comes to the criminal justice and law enforcement. So you can't really beat the benefits that it has here, and it could increase your other opportunities as well in the future. Okay, and I think Maria, you're going to share with us some career pathways that students can inspect.
Absolutely. So I like to also say it was my first time 2 weeks ago. I went for a graduation. One of our students who was in this partnership, Jessica Salazar, she graduated, and many of our other alumnus. It was a very exciting time, and I was able to see exactly and confirm now what David is saying. So you have a top agency, amazing team, supportive, lots of training. So I highly recommend it, and it's not just from the side of a professor who knows the students, and we went through so much courses. I invite everyone who is even thinking or not sure if they should be in touch with the Tulsa Police Academy and with David to email me. We can schedule a Zoom call, and then I can explain what I over there, like I felt like, maybe if I was younger. And I told David, like, maybe like 10 years ago, I would apply, I would get tested and attend the academy. So I really appreciate it's amazing time.
We were trying to hire her right there and then, but she didn't want to.
I'm like, if I'm younger, maybe, but it's a wonderful opportunity. So I highly recommend it. And as we said, it's a stepping stones for other careers. We have FBI always, hiring, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, New Mexico State Police. So being at the Tulsa Police Academy, it not only makes you and helps you graduate, but also takes you through the pathway through practice. And this is something I feel like our students are missing. So being paid and doing the courses like last 15 credits. So we'll organize everything. So you're going to be able to do your coursework and then also do a practical work at the academy. So I think this is a right fit for everyone, and highly recommend it. And as we said, and if you for some time you don't feel like this is something, or I would like to go back home, there are many opportunities with Las Cruces Police, with New Mexico, probation and parole. You can go to law school, master's degree, PhD, so many choices. So it's not an end road, it's a right road for success, definitely. Nothing else than pure success, and people who will support you along the way, and highly recommend it.
Right. It is a great pathway for other opportunities too. And here's some other career fields within criminal justice that students can pursue. Again, even if law enforcement is something that's not really on your radar, maybe law and advocacy is, or paralegal studies and things like that. Maybe you want to go and take the bar. It's still a great opportunity, still a lot of experience to understand the ins and outs of how law enforcement organizations operate, right? Other things that you can possibly pursue too is, immigration and borderlands expert. Um, Very important as well as like first line supervisors and police and detectives too, not just like dispatch, but people who are there in the front of the line, and then as well as being a forensic psychologist too. So other opportunities more than just law enforcement are definitely there. And we just want to make sure that if anybody has questions too, they can reach out to, your academic advisor to find out more information about criminal justice. Obviously, you can reach out to Maria as well, who is our program coordinator, very knowledgeable. Remind me again how long you've been a professor here at NMSU?
So it's my 21st year.
Wow,
21st.
that is a lot of institutional knowledge. So
Thank
great
you.
person to reach out to, and yeah, and she's wonderful to work with too, and a lot of students enjoy taking her classes as well. So we just want to make sure that if you have questions, you need to chat with somebody, we are here. I will move out the slide so we can get to this slide real quick.
Yeah, that is my
And
email. And I just want to also say I have students that contact
yeah, there
me,
it is.
and the main question is usually how can we make sure, how can we map courses out? And this is why we have advisors, career advisors, academic advisors. So you don't have to do anything except have your transcripts if you have already taken courses somewhere else. So send us the transcripts, then we'll see what's accepted, and then we'll map out everything for you. So it's not going to be confusing. It's a very easy step.
Right. And starting early, I'm sure will also give students that benefit too, getting a head start, getting all those materials together. Obviously, too, you can reach out to Officer Medrano here if you have questions about the academy, like specific questions maybe about the academy, or, like, hey, I don't live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, or nowhere near Oklahoma. How can I still test? And how are you guys going to be able to set me up or like maybe accommodate me while I'm there? And so maybe they can provide you with more details about that and accommodations too. Um, but yeah, so and you have questions about the career path and what other jobs are out there. If you need help with your resume, help with interview preparedness and things like that, getting you career ready while you're here, getting your degree, you're more than welcome to reach out to me too as your career services coordinator, or even if I'm not yours. If you need guidance on where to find certain information and resources, I'm more than happy to help. But that does conclude our session today. I do want to take the time to thank Maria and David for their time. And if there are any questions too, again, feel free to reach out to us. We are more than happy to help you and help you navigate this internship opportunity too. That is a great opportunity for our students.
Thank you. I appreciate, all the knowledge we shared. So any questions, we're here. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thank you guys.